Welcome to Trading Lounge and the daily US stocks for Tuesday, April 12, and starting with Apple on the daily chart here. You know, I've been looking at the bearish count and the bullish count for these markets. So it looks like the bearish count is coming into play. So we're going to have some pretty good opportunities to short this market. Well, most markets anyway. So it's the same thing all the time, isn't it? There's no trades and suddenly everything is tradable. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So we've been looking at it as wave 3 here, and then a wave 4 here, and then possible wave 1 up to here. But this would be a wave 4 to pull back and then up there. It's still possible. You could probably squeeze a wave 4 out of here, but it has pulled back a little bit deep, and that wave 4 would also be in line with the S&P and the Nasdaq. But they also have 5 waves down now too. So if this was going to be still a bullish market, then we would need to consider on the S&P and the Nasdaq this is an A wave, a B wave here, and a C wave here for 1 and 2 back at this point, and then pushing up at that point, which is possible. But as I've mentioned, I've been very concerned about the banks, and I can see where they're at. So it's more likely that we'll be coming down for wave 1 here, as we talked about yesterday, and wave 2 pulling back roughly about to that supply level here, and then seeing wave 3 move down, and wave 4 and wave 5 here to make an A wave. I know this is a bit complicated, and then a B wave in here, and then another 5 waves coming down into this area through here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just allow this to finish off here, let this pull back, and this will be in an ABC pattern, and then we'll short the B wave, or we'll probably try to get a higher point at that point there as well. So looking at this on an intraday chart, I think I've got the bearish count on 2 there. So I probably need to lift this up as well, just to fit the bigger picture of 1 here. Okay, so that will be something that I'll need to do a little bit later on. But as far as the crow flies, we don't really need to do anything today. We just need to allow this to finish off. So we've got little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. So we need to finish this off here, and then another one into this space here. And then it's this leg over here that we're most interested in. And we'll come back to this supply level over here, maybe a bit shorter than that in one way or another. And obviously we normally look for the B wave to short at this point, but there's many roads to Rome. We can also draw lines through here and treat this angle here as a trading level. So that means a classic trading levels pattern on this. So if it moves down into this space here, it'll move back, come back and check it. It's just a setup really, you know, and then we can short under this particular move here once that's breached at that point. It's just a little safeguard, but yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But you can also look if you can understand the A, which will be a 5-3-5 structure. So we should be able to short the 5th wave in here as well. So we could turn this box green and look to short that there as well. So this is pretty much a template across most markets. Okay, so now that I've explained that, we can go to the next chart here. We're talking about Amazon yesterday, same thing. We're looking at either wave 1 up here, pulling back for wave 2 in the box, which is possible as a an A and a B and 1, 2, 3, 4 somehow, and 5 into here. So it's possible, but it won't really bother us because, like I said, we don't need to get involved in much. So once we've got this finished here, all we need is the A, the B, and the C wave here, wherever that pulls back up to. It may pull back up to 61.8%. It might only pull up 40%. So always be a little bit flexible, and it's always safer it's okay to put target boxes in there, and normally you can get them in the 50-60% mark, but at the end of the day, counting the actual structure is a refinement on that. So once again here we can just look to short under wave B. Now wave B may be further up here as well, so this is what we'll look at tomorrow. And yeah, so we've also got Easter coming up as well, so we'll be closed for Easter, so we'll be closed on Friday and Monday, but we should be able to do what we need to do and get our positions on that short side during all of this here. So yeah, the bigger picture here, I think I just need to move out and just remember what I've done here. This is 1000 ticks. So yeah, we'd been talking about this before in terms of a bearish move. So it's still possible that this move up here can be wave 1 here, and an A and a B and a C for wave 2. So it's possible, but like I mentioned, I've been concerned about the bank. So anyway, that's going to play out here, and we can move that. We can move that down, at least down into this consolidation zone here for that. So we'll see this finish off here, move back into this space, and then move down from that point. So I just want to check the daily with this as well. Yeah, so I'll have to lift all these up a little. I have to lift all these up a degree of structure, but it's not going to change much at this point. Just looking at the weekly chart. So yeah, it's pretty much like this. So we'll end up down at 2000, I reckon, somewhere close to that point. But we'll see how the cookie crumbles, and this will be in 3 waves at this point. So getting this right here is quite sort of critical in that sense. So we should, but anyway, well, like I said, we'll just count the waves on the way down. Alphabet, so we've been looking at a bearish count and a bullish count, and yeah, so this is on its way now as well. So I can just change this. We know we've been looking at this on the intraday, haven't we? So we know that this down here is just wave 1, and we'll go back to wave 2, and we'll come into wave 3 coming down here further. But there's more to be had here as well for this. So I need to lift this up all the degree of structure as well. But as far as this goes, we can just plonk this in here. I just might go to the 100 tick and 5 tick, because that's where we've been operating. So yeah, so we're looking at 5 waves moving down here, and then a move back at this point. Now we should have a short trade in here as well, so I'm just going to go to the 5 tick. We need to, I reckon it's probably best to exit that short trade if you're there. Let me just get in a bit more data here. So yeah, we've been counting down as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I can see we got 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, I think it's time just to get out of this, and we'll get back into this once we get up in the box here. So we'll look at that tomorrow. Let's just put this in there as take profit on that. And yeah, we'll try to catch this this move over here for this, or yeah, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. We'll see where everything sits. We want to get that move up there in that. Rightio. So Meta, we're also considering wave 4 being in place over the last few sessions, and this is also one of the ones that were sort of bearish to the downside, So you may be short here. We can go short on this lower game because we've got 5 waves here. Now we could end up with a move back up here for wave 2, probably not going up that high, but we could also, let me just there's two things that can occur here. Most of the markets that I'm talking about at the moment have 5 waves all the way down to this point. So it's possible that this wave 1 at this point is sitting here for this, and we could go a little bit higher here as well. But yeah, I mean, if you're just trading shares, then it's just, you know, we'll hold on to that because we've got 5 waves here. So that's not a problem. So we could be here or we could be here for this. So don't panic at that point. So yeah, anyway, we'll be down well below the 200 at that point, so we've got a long way to go. And Microsoft, we also started counting this down as well, so we need to be looking at 5 waves here as well. So we'll see this probably below the medium level with all of this. There will probably be some sort of equality, at least with these two structures. Yeah, so we'll be down here somewhere with all of that. But anyway, what we're interested in here is basically this finishing off in here and kicking back, and then we can look to short at that point. So let's go in. We've got 2K and 100. Let's check them out. So yeah, we're looking down at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then the ABC here. So we'll look to short in this box here. I probably have to lift this up a degree of structure as well, but it doesn't really matter at this particular point in time. We're just counting down. I just want to have a look at 100 ticks. Okay, so we've got, I think I might have lifted this up 1 degree of structure already here, but 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Okay, so this is a little bit different. Maybe I do need to use that high there. Anyway, let's check it out tomorrow. Let me just pull this in. I mean, this was higher here, but this had 5 waves in it, and this here counts nicely as an A and a B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C wave in here. So an A, B, C, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think it's truncated, and yeah, but it just gives us just kind of puts it out of whack a little bit with the other markets. So we'll see about the rally on this. But as you can see, we're still just looking down for 1 and 2 at this point, so we'll still need to, you know, come down a long way with all of this. So there's no point in going short today, because you're just going to get caught. You know what I mean? So we'll check on that again tomorrow. But as far as I can see here, we'll have 3, 4, and I just can't see that coming down in that point there. I'll know tomorrow when I see it. But basically what we're looking for is a decent rally. It might come from this point, yeah, and then we'll have to use this here as the one. But either way, we want that nice sort of sharp rally that comes back. It's not there yet. And Tesla, so with Tesla here, it's a little bit hard to get your head around this, but we're looking at it as wave 3 here, and then an A wave and a B wave, and then down here for a C wave of wave 4, and we could be done and dusted at that point. And then we were looking up as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then going up for wave 5, and that's all good. The 38.2% retracement level is at the 1000, but we've dropped through that, but it's not a big deal. It can still be at 50%, so it's possible that it's a wave 4 there. The other way we could look at it in a bullish way is look at this as wave 1 here and back for wave 2, and then up for wave 1 and back for wave 2 here as well. And that would take us down to, I'm just looking at both sides, so that we'd look at all of this move up here as wave 1, and then that would take us back to this space here for that. So we can just, you know, work on that as well. We'll keep an eye on that. So I don't think it's wave 4. So what I'll do is I'll put wave 1 there, and I'll put this wave 1 here for that, and this wave 2 here for that. But I'm going to put it to the side now, because the the corrective pattern is taking dominance with this. So I'm going to move that and that. I'm going to move wave 4. I'll put wave 5 over here. Well, this has got to be wave 2 here. That's got to be wave 1. But I'm putting wave C here and wave B here. So this will be the A wave, the B wave here, taking over this count now. So all of this comes down here will be the A wave, and then the B wave up here, and I need to lift it all up a structure, and then we can come down for a C wave over here. Yeah, it just lifts it all up a structure, so we'll get there. Right, but really the way we're looking at it as a bearish count now is we need to put wave 1 here and wave 2 up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to short this rally when it comes in. So I think we've got this, we looked at this yesterday on the short side, so we've got it here, I think. Okay, so I've got that slightly different there, but I think that needs to come over here. Let me just look at the 100 ticks for a moment. All right, okay, yeah, we did all this, didn't we? We had 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for third, fourth, fifth, A, B, C for 4, down for 5. So we were looking at it as, so we're looking at it in two ways. We're looking at it as wave 3 up here, and then the A wave here, the B wave here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down for wave C here. So it doesn't really matter. Like if this is going to be wave C or 4, I like to allow things to play out to the end. But also have a strategy as well for all of this. So that means that on the bullish side, what's going to happen here is this is going to finish off here, probably a bit lower by the looks of it now. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like it's going to come down a bit further. So it's coming down past the 38.2% retracement levels at 1,000. So it's kind of moving through that, but that's okay. But we don't really need to do much here. I mean, if this is 1 and 2 here, and then we got 3, 4, 5, there's a little bit more to that than that though. But we don't mind, because what we'll see is we'll see something like this over here, which is either going to be bullish or it's going to be bearish, right? But all we need to do is plonk that under there, and then we'll catch the third wave to the downside. That will try to fill that gap there, of course. And then we'll be on, because anything, you know, if that's going to be a wave 4, then this is going to be wave 1 and 2 and 3, and this is not going to be breach. But if it's bearish, then that's going to be breach, and we'll be on the downside at that point. Now you can sharpen that up. That will probably come into play, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, this should come down pretty fast if it's wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. So anyway, that's what we need to do there. So this will come down further. This might even drop down to 1950 or something, but it don't matter. It's still got to kick back a bit. And Square, so with Square, as you know from was chatting yesterday, we had this as the A wave, the B wave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here as the C wave. So we've got our 5 waves there. We've got our A, B, and C. But what's happened is that we've got this extra little move in here that's made a new low now. So that's really created 5 waves down, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now this 5th wave here doesn't look that sort of strong, so we might get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down a little bit further. So we might have wave 1 here, or we'll have wave 1 over here a little bit further down, but it kind of doesn't matter. We're going to go for the short, and we'll be looking at this here. So we just really, wherever it's going to be, we're going to be looking for that B wave short there on this side. We can also put a line through here as well. We can do all those sort of things, but we'll be looking at that tomorrow. But it does mean that for square here, that we need to look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for wave 4, or some other thing, but wave 4 would be the logical one at this point for this market. But it has sort of rallied like the banks in a way, so I've had this sort of low rally compared to other markets. So yeah, so this is, we're going to be going down, we'll be taking this low out here, and we'll be looking for a short trade on this side. The only bullish way this could be would be this being wave 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 here, and this would be the A wave, the B wave, and a C wave for wave 2. But I just can't see it in relationship to the rest of the market, you know. When we look at the banks, this is BAC here. From this low over here, we look for the A wave here, then I don't know what I've done there, I've moved something around, but not to worry. Anyway, over here we've got 1 and 2, we're counting down at 3, 4, 5 here for 1, and then we're looking for the A, the B, and the C wave. Now this is the 50-60% retracement level, but I wouldn't go betting on it reaching that, you know. I was thinking that this is a bit of a dodgy 5-wave structure here. We could look at the length of that and the length of that to put that here somewhere. So coming into this consolidation zone here, and then we can look to short at that point. Yeah, so anyway, we'll see that. I mean, this occurred, this little bit here, we had that yesterday, because these guys have got their own, all the banks, not all the banks, but some of these big ones, I think, like Morgan's and Goldman's have got their earnings there. But I don't know who's caught up in the Russian thing, you know, how funds are being tied up over there and all the rest of it. Okay, so Morgan's is the same as well. It's had a nice run up here. It's quite a nice impulse wave. So we're looking for this ABC pattern to come in for the B wave, and then the C wave here, and then we can short at that point. So this is a nice 5 waves down here, so we can just really turn this box green at this point. That gives us our 61.8% at that point. Now also what we want to look for here as well, to get a C, the A wave is normally sharp, so we want kind of a lazier C wave in relationship to this. Do you know what I mean? So this is nice and sharp, and we want this one to be a bit lazier. The more lazier it is, the better the more confidence you can have in shorting it, you know. Obviously if it moved up like that, then don't short it, but the more it goes like that, the better it is, you know. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. So that's it in a nutshell. The banks are kind of leading the way to the downside, and the other markets are now sort of catching up to all of that. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.